Hello, Namaste. I am Shobha Balasubramaniam here. Welcome to my channel Spices and Flavors. Today we are going to see the recipe of Bele Obbattu or the Bele Holige or the Paruppu PoLi. This is usually prepared for many festivals including Ugadi or the Tamil New Year's Day. So today we shall see the recipe. It's quite a long process but worth the effort. Now we shall see the recipe. For making the outer dough for the Bele Obbattu or the Paruppu PoLi, here I am going to take 1 cup of all-purpose flour or the maida, 2 tablespoons of fine rava or the chiroti rava, for the outer dough you can either take more of chiroti rava or less of maida in any combination. But here I am going to take 1 cup of maida and 2 tablespoons of chiroti rava. To this we are going to add little salt for the taste and very little turmeric for the color. Now we will mix it, adding water little by little. The dough has to be a little loose. The dough should not be very tight like the chapati dough. You add water very little by little. After mixing the dough, we will add 2 tablespoons of oil on the top and keep the dough covered. Let it soak for 2 to 3 hours. So for the Bele Obbattu today, I am taking tur dal. You can take tur dal and chenna dal or only chenna dal, but here I am using only tur dal. I am taking 1 cup. I will wash this and add to this vessel. To this 1 cup of dal, I am adding about 5 cups of water. If it is cooked outside, the purnam or the hurna will be very good. You can also keep it in the cooker for 1 or 2 whistles. But if you have to cook the perfect consistency of the dal, I feel cooking it outside will be better. Usually here in Karnataka, out of the dal water or what they call it as Bele Kattu, they make a kind of sambar or rasam which they call it as Obbat Saru. So as I told you, even though you can cook it in the cooker, I like to cook it outside as the consistency of the cooked dal will be the best for the stuffing or the hurna or the purnam which will be making for the Bele Obbattu or the Bele Holige. But I am not going to prepare Obbat Saru this time. Once the dal starts boiling, they will be frothing up on top. You can just discard the topmost layer. Cook the dal keeping the flame in medium high and stirring in between. This definitely is a long process, but the consistency of the dal should be perfect for the hurna of the purnam of the holige or the poli. Though you can cook it in the cooker, sometimes it becomes very mushy and the purnam or the hurna will not be that good. We will check once now. Be careful, it will be very hot. See, it's breaking easily. Mashed. Now we can switch off the stove and we will drain the water. It has taken me 30 minutes to cook this dal outside. Since I am not preparing the Obbat Saru, I am discarding this water. I am transferring back the cooked dal to this vessel after cleaning the vessel. I had taken 1 cup of tur dal, to which we have to add equal amount of jaggery. I am also adding 1/4 cup of grated coconut to the stuffing. It will taste very good if you add little grated coconut. So since I am adding 1 cup of dal and quarter cup of grated coconut, we will be requiring 1 and quarter cup of jaggery. So equal amount including the grated coconut. I am going to add the jaggery here directly as I have cleaned jaggery. As my jaggery is clean. If you feel that there may be some dirt in the jaggery, you may have to dissolve the jaggery in water, very little water, and then add the jaggery water to this. So I am going to add 1 and quarter cup of jaggery. 1 cup, quarter cup. I have switched on the stove now. I am going to keep the flame in low medium. To this I am going to add 4 cardamoms, peeled one. Anyway, we will be grinding later. So I am adding it as it is. Keep it in low medium. Otherwise it will get burnt. We can add the grated coconut now only. I will add it while grinding. It will become a little watery as I have added jaggery, but don't worry. We will cook this till it thickens a little, till the jaggery water is absorbed. See, it's become a little thick now. It was so watery then. See, it has thickened like this. See, now it has thickened so much, the jaggery water is completely absorbed. At this time, we can switch off the stove and we'll allow this to cool a little. We have to grind this when it is a little warm, not completely cool. Now we'll add this to mixie in 2 batches and grind it to a smooth dough, adding 1/4 cup of grated coconut. Now the stuffing is ground to a smooth dough like this. You can see there. Now we can make small round balls like this. Make like these and keep them closed once they are done. Keep the dough also closed. The outer dough, or the kanaka as we call it in Kannada, for the Bele Obbattu or the Bele Holige or the Paruppu PoLi has been soaking for 4 hours now. It's better you soak it for at least a minimum of 2 hours. We'll add a tablespoon or 2 of oil to this and again start kneading. We will have to knead this very well for a minimum of 4 to 5 minutes like this, adding oil in between. It takes in a lot of oil, so you can go up to 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil and keep on kneading the dough like this as it will become softer. Here I have kneaded the outer dough for 5 minutes. Now this is over. We'll start making the holige. I have taken a sheet. This is mainly to make obbattu or the holige. Here we have to grease it very well with oil, just the cooking oil. Grease it very well. You can also use any plastic sheet for this. Grease both the hands also. We'll take a small ball of the outer dough or the kanaka Apply oil on your hand generously and start patting. The center should be thick and the sides be thinner. We'll keep the stuffing in the center now, like this. Apply oil liberally to your hands. Now we'll start closing from all the sides and take the excess dough and start patting like this. Apply oil in between if you need to. Start spreading on all the sides. When it is about this size, we'll take a plastic sheet like this and grease it. Then put it on this and start spreading with both your hands as thin as you want. This is a very easy method. You can do it very fast. You can put any transparent sheet, plastic sheet on that and start spreading like this. You can also use the butter paper for this, for baking the obbattu, or any plastic cover. You can pat it thinner and bigger like this. Once you finish, you can take the outer plastic sheet very carefully like this. Be very careful, otherwise it will stick to the holige. That is the reason you have to grease it properly. Now this is good to go on the hot tawa. I am showing you one more method of preparing the holige with the rolling pin. Spread it like this. Keep the stuffing as usual in the center. Cover from all the sides and take away the excess dough. You can take away that excess dough. Now we'll start spreading this with your hand first. Applying oil liberally on your fingers. Now take a rolling pin, grease it neatly and then start rolling only to one side like this, very carefully. You cannot roll it like chapati. You will have to roll it very slowly, only to one side, turning the paper. Rolling it slowly like this. Pat the edges thin with your hand. Now we will put it on the hot tawa. Keep the tawa, switch on the stove. When the tawa is hot, brush a little ghee all over. Now we'll put the obbattu like this or the holige like this. Wait for a minute. Then slowly take out the Obbattu sheet very carefully. Keep the flame in medium high and cook on both the sides. Flipping it to the other side. And you can brush a little ghee again on the other side too. Flip it to the other side very carefully. You have to cook on both the sides. Repeat the process with all the remaining holige or the Obbattu or the Paruppu PoLi. The tasty Bele Holige or the Paruppu PoLi or the Bele Obbattu is ready to be served. You can serve this with coconut milk and ghee. It will be very tasty. You can prepare this for Ugadi or the Tamil New Year's Day. And please give me a feedback. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel Spices and Flavors, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and share this video with your friends. And also press the bell icon as you will be notified as and when I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching my video.